Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. In my last video, I have discussed in detail the Anglo-Norman period, and there I covered the historical backgrounds along with several other points regarding the Anglo-Norman period. And in this clip, I am going to explore in detail the Anglo-Norman literature, that is the literature of the Anglo-Norman period. This Anglo-Norman literature actually refers to the body of literature composed during the Anglo-Norman period after the Norman conquest that took place in the year 1066. First of all, it is better to know some of the core themes which were prevalent during the Anglo-Norman period. First one, chivalry. Second one, religion. And third is the morality. So these are the core themes or the key themes of the Anglo-Norman literature. Now, Anglo-Norman literature was connected to a number of genres. These genres or the literary genres of the Anglo-Norman period include Anglo-Norman alliterative poetry, Anglo-Norman romances, historical, religious, didactic writings, along with Anglo-Norman drama. Now, among these different genres of the Anglo-Norman period, first of all, we will discuss Anglo-Norman alliterative poetry. Now, regarding this, we must know what is about this term alliterative. First, basically, alliterative is a literary technique which actually focuses the repetition of the consonant sounds at the beginning of successive words. And alliterative poetry is a form of Anglo-Norman poetry. Now, Anglo-Norman poets were influenced by this alliterative style. And here, specifically, we must remember four Anglo-Norman alliterative poems. These are Pearl, Purity, Patience, Sargon, and the Green Knight. Among these four, first of all, we will know something about this poem, Pearl. And it's a part of the manuscript called Carton Nero, and it is the same manuscript which also contains the other three Anglo-Norman alliterative poems like Pearl, Purity, Patience, and Sargon and the Green Knight. And it is also said that it was probably written by an anonymous poet who is known as the Pearl poet or the Gown poet. And this Pearl poem is an elegy on the death of the poet's daughter, as well as it's also an allegory written in the dream vision, and it's of 1 to lines. And what are the themes related to this Pearl poem? This include loss, spiritual redemption, and hope. Next one is purity. It's an informative one by nature, and as per its title is concerned, it focuses on the moral purity and cleanliness. Third one is patience. It's another 14th century Anglo-Norman alliterative poem. It's about 530 lines, and it shows or represents patience as a quality that people should have in the time of sufferings. Now the fourth one, Sargon and the Green Knight. It's another 14th century medieval or Anglo-Norman alliterative poem by the same Pearl poet who is also known as the Gown poet. And this poem is about Sargon, who was a knight of King Arthur's Round Table. After the Anglo-Norman alliterative poetry, the next genre is Anglo-Norman romances. It's a genre of medieval literature, was composed in Anglo-Norman language, and these were written probably between 12th century and 14th century. And as per the themes of the Anglo-Norman romances are concerned, we must remember each of the theme like courtly love, heroic adventures, chivalric ideals, adventure and quest, and most importantly, moral themes. Anglo-Norman romances were divided into four distinct types. These are matter of France, matter of Britain, matter of Rome, and matter of England. First one is matter of France. It's a part of medieval literature and it focuses on the legendary activities of Charlemagne, who is also known as Charles the Great. And it's also about his knights and also about the various battles. And the remarkable texts related to this matter of France are the Song of Roland and Ogier the Dane. Next one is the matter of Britain. It was focused on the legendary history of King Arthur, the Knights of the Round Table, and their adventures. And the themes of this matter include chivalry, knighthood, search for Holy Grail, and supernatural elements. And the key texts of this matter are Geoffrey of Monmouth's History of the Kings of Britain and Wesse's Roman de Brut, Sir Thomas Malory's Le Morte d'Arthur, and Learmon's Brut. The next matter is matter of Rome. It focuses on the classical stories, the myths of ancient Rome and Greece. And the themes of this matter of Rome are the classical myth and heroism, moral allegories, and the key texts related to this matter of Rome are the Romance of Troy and the Romance of Thebes. Now, the matter of England. The stories related to this matter of England put focus on the English heroes, kings, English culture, and history. And the themes of this matter of England are heroism, folklore, history. And the texts related to this matter of England include Guy of Warwick, Athelstan, Havelock the Ten. The next significant literary genre which was prevalent and prominent as well as popular during the Anglo-Norman period is Anglo-Norman religious and didactic writings. This genre is a part of the Anglo-Norman prose, and Anglo-Norman prose was written in the Old Norman language. Anglo-Norman prose includes religious, historical, and secular writings. And the notable features of the Anglo-Norman prose include the aspects like influence of Latin, moral focus, vernacular language. Now, first of all, we must focus on Anglo-Norman religious and didactic writings. These were composed probably between 11th and 14th century, and the core features and themes of these writings were religious guidance, moral education and instruction, influence of Latin texts, allegory, symbolism, and pilgrimage. And the notable works include Lives of the Saints, The Miracles of Our Lady, the Book of Hours, and the most important one, The Dream of Rood. The next important literary genre of the Anglo-Norman period is Anglo-Norman drama. So let's have a quick look at the aspects of the Anglo-Norman drama. These are number one, the religious origin of the Anglo-Norman drama and their religious themes. Number two, these plays have been divided into mystery plays, miracle plays, and morality plays. Number 3, use of vernacular language. Number 4, moral instruction. Number 5, a straightforward structure. And number 6, allegorical elements. And the examples of Anglo-Norman drama includes Resurrection of the Savior and the play of Saint Nicholas. Dear friends, already we got to know that Anglo-Norman literature also covers the historical writings. And regarding the historical writings, we must refer to the Anglo-Norman Chronicles. These are the historical narratives composed in the Anglo-Norman dialects, and these also depicted the Norman values and Norman concerns. And the themes of Anglo-Norman chronicles also include the role of faith and the importance of heritage. At the same time, we must remember some of the writings of the Anglo-Norman chronicles. These are the Anglo-Norman Chronicle by Wes, the Gist of King Arthur, and the Chronicle of Robert of Gloucester. So, dear friends, this is about the Anglo-Norman literature. Very shortly, we will appear along with another very interesting video on the topics of history of English literature. So, Tata, till that time, and stay tuned to my channel, and at the same time, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.